Ranjana Kala from New Delhi has written, could you please recommend any sectors that are less affected by global events over the medium term in the markets? So in case we are looking at these situations that you were talking about, US Fed will be in action in just a few days, and then there will be the US elections in November. Investors are already getting worried as to how do they hedge their portfolios, which could be probably impacted by any global events or volatility right there. How would you advise?
Sure. So, not only because of the US Fed cuts, but in general, for the last quite a few years, we've been of the view that the Indian markets and the Indian economy will definitely be better off compared to the rest of the world, including the US. And that's, I think, already panning out as we discussed. Our markets have been far less volatile and far more stable, both for equities as well as for the currencies and even for the fixed income market. So I think that thesis, if you were to extrapolate in the future, that Indian growth compared to the rest of the world will continue to be, far better. We are more positive on the domestic-looking sectors. That means, the biggest, enabler of Indian growth will be the financials, banks, NBFCs, capital markets. So all the financials, including insurance, asset management, wealth management, all that bunch of, lenders as well as non-lenders should actually be good drivers for the Indian economy. So that's one big chunk of the market that one should be positive on. Second, of course, is consumption, which has been a bedrock of the Indian economy, discretionary as well as non-discretionary, FMCG. But I would more prefer the discretionary part because I think the growth rates will be higher. So consumer discretionary, and of course the big piece on investments theme, which is basically your real estate, capital goods, investments, and manufacturing linked themes. I think those should do better. On the flip side, we would be underweight on IT. We would be underweight on, say, sectors like metals, energy, which are more linked to global prices. Pharmaceuticals is a sector which is quite stable and that benefits both from the Indian economy as well as the global because that has nothing to do with business cycles per se. And India's core strengths in pharmaceuticals are well known, and the world is looking to diversify away from China. So that's another sector which for us is a bit global looking, I would say, but that should continue to do well on a consistent basis. So these are some of the themes that I would play given the global uncertainty.